A 2-year-old and a 9-year-old losing their lives, freezing to death. Police say a car full of 5 children pulled into this Hollywood casino hotel parking lot around 1 a.m. Monday, a place to sleep for the homeless family. But by the next morning, the car had run out of gas, and by noon, the family discovered the worst.
The mother inside the van, along with 5 children, noticed that one of the children wasn't breathing. And she called family to come help, to convey to Children's Hospital.
A 9-year-old little boy found to be not breathing. Then later, a family member also finding that a 2-year-old little girl also not breathing. Both of the children believed to have frozen to death. Temperatures around 10 degrees in the city overnight. Meanwhile, the mother has been detained, and as tragic as this situation is, police say this will be investigated criminally.
All right. Before I let you go, Easy.
Yeah, I feel
I
like
don't care what. Yeah.
people gotta take accountability of where the kids are at. You know what I'm saying? People have like busy lives and stuff like that, and a lot of these kids go to their friend's house or their aunt's house or their cousin's house and all that. But these people need to know where their kids at all time, especially at that young of an age, man. I don't think young kids like that should just be roaming around doing whatever they want to do. You know what I'm saying? They need guidance. So that's how I feel about it, bro. Hold up.
Gray.
And there's an interview. Do you have an interview with the daddy?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I just want to make sure. In this situation, negative 10 degrees. I remember. I don't know if y'all remember this. When in Chicago, like it was like a crazy frozen time, and they was giving the people like free hotel stays. Y'all probably remember that. It was like some type of crazy cold front.
Yeah.
So I feel like there should have been some resources for homeless people in that situation. But like I said in our chat, shouldn't have kids. Like a lot of people can't afford kids, can't take care of kids, and they have children. We get in the situation. I'm not necessarily saying that we should have more abortions, but I'm saying that I feel like people should think about, what they're. She got 5 kids, and then you sleeping in a car. I mean that's a horrible situation. But I think that the parent was negligent putting the kids in that situation, but she had no resources, or she should have gave them up. I don't know what she could have done, but it's a sad situation.
Yeah, I agree, and I think more happened within the situation than she's saying. I really feel like now she's playing damage control. I feel like her ego was involved. I feel like her and the dad probably were going back and forth, and he wouldn't do what she wanted him to do, so she just snatched the kids and ran off and was like, "I don't need you." In this sense, sleeping around. Man, I wouldn't be surprised, honestly, if it comes out that she was in a casino. Because what I want to know is, what I want to know is, how did your kids freeze to death and you not get cold too? Because I've slept in the car before. Yeah. I was homeless for 8 months after my second divorce. Wow. And there was some cold nights. And if you get cold enough, you're waking up. You gonna wake up, cut that heat on. So my thing is, how did I know it can happen, but to me, there's more going on here. And back to what we were talking about as far as the government co-parent and stuff like that. I know a lot of people want to blame the father, and that's what we were saying. Like, it gets frustrating with fathers, and they're trying to say he should have did something. When you got the state and the government involved, a lot of times you can't do stuff if the mother don't allow you to. And that's what people aren't wanting to say. He might have been like, bring them on my terms or do this. And she was like, no, you need to give me this, or you need to pay my rent, whatever it was. She could have been using those kids as pawns. And he was like, I'm not going to give you money, but you can bring the kids by. And it could have been something where he was like, you could bring the kids by, but you can't stay here.
Right.
Because we hear that one too. I'm the mother of your kids. You should be taking care of me just like them. No. So to me, there's a lot more going on, and I'm going to spill it all out because I think this type of stuff needs to be talked about. We shouldn't be keeping it under wraps.
And my question is, because I had to do cold weather training when I was in the military, and you kind of feel when you get frostbite, you kind of can feel it. So I don't know like what type of mother she was, because why didn't the kid say, "Hey, I'm freezing," like prior? Because one was 9 years old. The baby, I understand a little bit more. She probably like didn't know what to say, what was going on. But I would think a 9-year-old would have said, "Hey, I'm freezing. Like I feel like something's going on."
Yeah.
But yeah,
And then I'm like, there's hospitals.
yeah.
Like there's all kind of, why were you in a casino parking lot? I think after the investigation, there's going to be a lot more to this. That's
Oh,
why
so she was in a casino and she left the kids in there. That's what you're saying. That's what you think.
in my heart, I feel like she was in there on that slot machine, just
Wow.
probably trying to hit 5,000 so she can go get a place to stay or something. I don't know.
Wow. I didn't know it was a casino parking lot. You just taught me something. I didn't know that part.
Yeah. That's what it's a Hollywood casino.
Oh, okay.
I think they were like on a 8th level or something like that, parked.
Oh, wow. So, and you know, it feel colder when you are higher in the air.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I don't know, man. That is just a lot more to it than me. I wish we had Jay here because I'm sure Jay would have had a lot to say against it.
He would have said
Yeah.
capitalism is evil. That's what he would have been saying.
Maybe the parent was trying to do everything that she could, and
Yeah.
maybe she was too afraid to go to a homeless shelter or for anybody to know her situation, because a lot of people be like ashamed of their situation and they don't want to tell nobody.
She tried the
So
homeless
maybe,
shelter.
Well, she
She
said
did try.
she tried everybody.
Yeah.
oh,
She
I
said
didn't
everybody
hear that
turned her
part.
down, which I have a hard time believing. If everybody turned her down, it's because she was probably insufferable. A lot of people didn't want to deal with her. That's
Oh,
something
I guess
like,
I missed that part.
yeah, when you start to put everything together, if everybody's turning you down, it's for a reason. I just don't take that she's out here innocent and she just some poor mother trying to get by with her kids. I'm not buying it.
Right.
But I'm gonna play the father.
Okay.
Curry, who's the father of 3 of her children.
I asked him, I said, can you get your kids for me? I said, I need help. You know I'm homeless. I done kept a room this long. I couldn't keep it no more.
They were homeless. Had Tatiana ever reached out asking to?
No, she did not. All she said was, can I get them? Can I get them just to get them? And can I get them because y'all homeless? That's 2 different things.
She said she had been homeless for 3 months.
Say, I saw it. That's what I saw, about 3 months, but she ain't never said nothing to me. Nothing. So all them other sob stories, they can cut all that. No, she did not.
Curry, who lives in Novi, says Williams never specified why she wanted to drop their kids off to him.
She just asked, can I get them for a couple of days? But I told her I'm working and all that, and I'm out here. We're not close to each other, so I couldn't. But she knows all my family is right around the corner from her.
Did she reach out to any of your family?
No, she did not. And she knows she could have, like we always used to do.
He says the last time he held his children was a month or 2 ago, and that they typically FaceTime. Moments he will miss. And there's a, police investigation into this. What is it you would like to see come of this? Obviously, nothing's going to bring back your 9-year-old and your 2-year-old.
Doesn't even matter to me. Can't get them back, so it's whatever.
Gray.
What I was gonna say is basically from my own situation. The mother is impossible to talk to and like to have like a set schedule. I deal with that right now. Thank God my mother's still alive, because my mom is kind of intermediary between us. So like these women be doing emotional stuff and using the kids as pawns. And even though people probably looking at him and thinking, oh, he's a cold person, when you're really in a situation, you know that like you're trying to communicate with the mother and she's not giving you a straightforward answer. So like I know people go try to push blame on him, but it's like when you co-parenting, especially if it's hostile, it's hard for the father to be able to have any type of control. I don't know what's going on with my kids' schoolwork. I don't know basically nothing they got going on until they come and tell me. Like she has control over everything.
Yep, same here.
Yeah.
About I do have like I get up. Well, I used to. I don't get them. I used to get updates or emails and stuff like that from the school, but I don't anymore.
That's your boy.
Yeah, but after seeing that video, I got more clarity. I mean, it just seemed like she was being straight negligent, man. Like, I don't know, man. Maybe she was on drugs or something, bro. Because that's not normal. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I could believe what 85 said.
Yeah. Says let's give him go through his comments since he ain't here. That lady man did this intentionally, allegedly. Have y'all heard that?
I haven't.
I haven't heard much about this story until now.
But when I keep saying something don't add up, that could be a part of it. So, and then the father, I feel like part of what he's saying is a lie too. I don't think he want to disclose how much they fight.
Yeah.
But I do think like, I think it was a situation where he was just like, if it ain't on my terms, don't bring the bastards by. But
I mean, in that interview though, he looked like he was clueless about it. Like he really didn't know what was going on. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it just seemed like he was not involved, and I wish he was more involved. But that's what women do. Women push you away so you're not involved, and then when problems arise, they want to blame you or blame the man. Excuse me. So it was like it's your fault. You was doing all that. You ain't telling me no information. Man, stop.
Do y'all think she was getting high? Because did y'all see the transformation from that picture they showed to how she looks now?
yeah, I said that when I first seen it, like she's on something, alcoholic, high, or something. I'm gonna say what my theory is. So yeah,
I mean, some kind of substance abuse going on, man. Definitely, man.
Yeah, it's Michigan, it's kids. Like nobody took. No, I'm not believing that. I think she was doing something, and it probably wasn't the first time, but this time it didn't work. It was too cold.
I mean, if you look at it, like she's on something for real. Like she looked like one of them ones that be walking down the street searching like a zombie. You know what I mean?
Shoot, that casino got a hotel. I wonder if she might have been working.
She looked like a zombie, bro.
Slim said this, but I think a lot. We from the turnkey generation where you go home sometimes, mama working, and then you gotta just go in the house and you gotta lock the door, don't answer the door for nobody, and you're supposed to just sit in the house.
Yeah.
So I mean, like a lot of time that's negligence with the kids, but for her to be in such a bad situation, I mean, like. You remember like they have laws even when the parents when they leave the baby or whatever in the car in the hot car, then the baby died. So it's like, you should know if you cold and it's cold out there. Why do you just leave the key in the car and she ran out of gas so she couldn't have the heat running? That was the issue.
Yeah. Oh, I wanted to point out something too that was brought up in the chat where they were saying the father should be charged. I don't think so. Because the way the laws are set up, the father had nothing to do with that.
Yeah, I think it's a parent that has the custody at the time. You know what I'm saying? Like he really seemed like he really did not know what was going on. Like, and it looked really believable. Like, you can kind of tell when someone's lying about that, but he seemed like he was clueless about what was really going on.
I think he had some inclination of what's going on, but when you got the government that's saying they want their money for this kid, your main focus is working. That's how I am. Many times my ex like, hey, can you get the kid for this or that? I'm like, no. Like you want to drop the kid off whenever, but then you still want the child support on top of it. Like I have to work extra to pay for my house and then send money to you. When we split, that's 2 houses now instead of 1. And not only do I have to cover my house, now I have to cover yours. So no, you either get the time or you get the money. And if that's how he was about it, I agree with that. I ain't out here trying to be father of the year, trying to pay it the highest amount of child support and then be like, hey, I was there for PTA, I was there for award. No. You pick your battles.
So, Vo, you one of the ones where it's like, okay, like when the kid asks, so you be like, nah, I pay child support. Your mom got to pay for that.
Yep. I have.
Yeah.
Now, if I got it, but I'm not going to stress myself. And I have said that. But for the most part, you know, I'll get it if I can get it. But nah, other than that, I'm like, talk to your mom.
But honestly, I mean, this goes back to what you said earlier, Gray, that or was it vulgar? And one of y'all said earlier that, you know, everybody shouldn't be a parent. You know what I'm saying? It goes back to those decision making before y'all get into the bedroom and handle y'all business. Like, are we ready to be parents? Do you really want to do this? Because this is for the next 18 years, we're going to be involved no matter what. You know what I'm saying? So I think people need to stop just busting in these chicks, man, with no mindset, bro. Like, yo, trust me.
I'm going to say it. Y'all going to hear it here first. I think if you feminist, you shouldn't have kids. If you're an independent woman, you shouldn't have kids. Like, again, if you want to get it on your own, you shouldn't be out here having kids.
Because that's the selfish mentality. Yeah,
you can't get a kid on your own. Even if you go to the sperm bank, that still came from some man. If you are selfish, entitled, you shouldn't have kids. Just like I've heard, even my exes have said it, but just like a lot of women, when they in arguments, they'll tell you, I'm the mother of your kid. You should care about me. You should take care of me. It should be the same with the father. If you can't see the other party, the father, as a human, if you're not trying to take care of him so that he could take care of your kids, if you only worry about yourself, shouldn't have kids. The only women out here that should be having kids are the women who are looking forward to being in a marriage, looking forward to doing the work, not being tit for tat, understanding what they got to do. Because most men, when we go into a marriage, we understand that we got to get up and do. There is no, you know what, I worked today, so you should do this. You hear women say that all the time. I had the baby today, so you should get the baby. It shouldn't be none of that. You should just get the baby. If y'all have any type of that, y'all shouldn't be out here having kids. I'm sorry. The only women that should be having them are the ones that understand, that really have a serious relationship with God, if you have it. Because if you really, or with God, you understand that it's God, Jesus, the man, the woman, then the kids. If you can't go by that order, you shouldn't be having kids.
So, Vo, the title of it is How the Lack of Black Fathers in the Home Leads to Tragedy. So do you feel like if the father, seeing him on video, if he was in the home or if the kids was with him, do you think this would have been prevented?
I think they would have still been here or had a higher chance of it. Because
I feel the same way.
You know what? She was homeless, right? He has a home. If she was able to, you could clearly tell she can't listen and cooperate. You could clearly look at her and tell she's just like deplorable in a sense. I hate to say it, but she's not taking care of herself. She looked crazy. But if she had a different mentality to be able to submit and listen to a man, and actually pick one, because he seemed crazy too, but maybe not. Maybe just a little hood. You know what I'm saying? But the man had a job, so we got to give him some credit. But yeah, if she'd have been in that home with him, they on one income, I think those kids would have been better.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is she didn't give him no option to help. You feel what I'm saying? Like, if she would have expressed what was really going on, he would have been like, all right, I want you out in the street, then, you know, maybe we can help you try to find some shelter or something like that. Like, it sounds like she was embarrassed to tell people. But at the same time, she did go out and try to find help. So maybe when she got denied, maybe that made her feel more embarrassed and she don't want to tell anybody else.
Nah, I'm going to go against that. Now that you say that, I'm going to tell you what my theory is of what happened. She tried to go to him and wanted him to do whatever. And he was like, nah, I'm not doing that. It was something she wanted, and he was like, I'm not about to do that. It probably was, you can leave the kids, but you can't stay here because they don't like each other, allegedly. And she was like, no, if you can't take me, you can't have the kids either. I'll go do it by myself.
Oh,
That's my
maybe
theory.
that happened.
And it
Yeah,
sound and he knows if he comes out with that the whole world is going to attack him for it. And I don't think he's wrong if he stood on his ground like that. Because that's something I would say to any of my exes. Y'all can never live with me. Y'all took me through the court. Y'all put me in the system. I would never do anything for my exes like that. But my kids, I'll do everything for them.
That sounds believable. That sounds really believable for real. Yeah.
And I'm gonna say something that Charleston White said that I've heard other people say. With the man don't get forgiven for nothing, but the mom can go to prison, be on drugs, whatever. She always gets forgiven. But if the dad do one thing small, the dad just is hated for life. Anything that it's easy to hate the father is just like the mom just gets like love for no reason. The mom can do no wrong, and that's the crazy part about this. Because if those kids was with the father, they wouldn't be going to the mother and saying, "Oh, he said he came to you." They'd be going to the mother. The mother would be like, "Oh, he's horrible. This, and that." If it was the other way around.
Well, I think I gave my closing thoughts.
Yeah, most definitely. Like, thank y'all for rocking with us. Easy, what's your closing thoughts?
Yeah, I think it was a good show. A lot of these topics definitely were heartfelt. And I'm still kind of heartbroken about people getting fired from those government jobs and stuff like that, man. It's kind of crazy, bro. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, and it was another plane crash today, but we'll be on the Man Cave on Wednesday, bringing it to y'all again. And
Yes, sir.
it was us three tonight, but I hope y'all enjoyed it. But we'll keep bringing y'all more and more content.
Oh,
Man,
yeah.
stop playing, man. We held it down, and y'all better stop doubting me, bro. I ain't going nowhere. I ain't going nowhere.
Hey, the internet held on. The internet held on tonight.
I told you I got a new modem, bro.
Yeah, it was lit.
Yes, sir.
Cool.
For sure.
Let's see. I got anything?
Nah.
Yeah.
You?
Yeah. All y'all want to be better mothers, denounce feminism. Go get a man and submit. For y'all that ain't got kids and want to start families, learn how to get along. Stop this feminism stuff. Stop this entitlement. Y'all can't do it by yourselves. We need each other.
I think that's a great closing thought. And like, to me, try to work together. Like, it shouldn't be so hostile. If y'all can't be together, at least try to like co-parent effectively. And I hate to be like this, but I feel like it's on the women. The women are the ones bringing the problems, in my experience, and from most people that I talk to.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll add to that, it is on the women. It is on the women to cooperate. And it should be on the man to set the standards, set the boundaries. This is co-parenting because this is what I did. I set the standards. I set the boundaries. That it was not without conflict. It wasn't major because my ex for my youngest wasn't that, like, it wasn't like hood. You know what I'm saying? So, but for the men, yeah, you even in co-parenting, you should be setting the standards, setting the boundaries. Your expectations should be known to the other party, and it is up to that mother to cooperate. That's going to bring out the best co-parenting situation.
Easier said than done, but yeah, I feel you.
Oh no, it took like 6 or 7 months with me waiting 24 hours, not responding to BS. That's how I got to where I am now, where I don't go back and forth. Like if I see it going crazy, I'm like, hey, let's stop. Or that's where that came from, was I developed that in like 5 to 6 years ago on my last divorce. I really developed that. Like once I see it going in a certain area, I'm like, all right, I'm good. Let's stop. Because you don't get anywhere.
It's crazy.
I told you my new equipment was gonna work, man. I told you, bro. I told you. I'm in there like swimwear now, baby. We in there, baby.
It's crazy. Co-parenting could have probably avoided this situation, but yeah, we got to come up with a catchphrase for the man cave. I know Easy over there firing shots. You want to go ahead and close us out with the firing shots?
Nah, man, I'm done firing my shots, man. I got no internet. That's my shot right there. My new internet is my shot.
Well, we'll be back on Wednesday with the man cave, and a new party will be on tomorrow at 8 p.m. and on Thursday at 8 p.m. Keep rocking with us, man cave.
Yo, man. Thank you, Vulgar. Thank you, Vulgar. Thank you, Gray, bro. I appreciate it.
For sure. We held it down. Y'all have a good night.
All right, I'll do the same.
Introducing the new party. We live stream every Tuesday and Thursday p.m. Eastern Standard Time.